We're going to go ahead and get started. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today is a very special day in San Francisco. It marks our celebration of the bicycle injunction that we've been suffering under for about 4 years now. Today, we are able to begin in earnest an aggressive bike plan implementation. That bike plan implementation will increase the amount of bike lanes by 64% here in the city. We currently have 48 miles of bike lanes, making us one of the most bikeable cities. And I think everyone recognizes this is just another step in terms of our establishing ourselves as a world-class bike city. And so with that, I'd like to turn it over to our mayor, who's been a strong champion and really kept that momentum going as we went through the legal battle that we had to go through to get this bike plan up and running. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Nat, and thank you to members of your board that are here, and the president and others, to Renee and the Bicycle Coalition, to the City Attorney's Office, to members of the Board of Supervisors, to all the activism and intensity and passion that represents the people of the city that stepped up and stepped in since 2006. Congratulations and welcome to a new era of bicycling in San Francisco. I think it is incredibly important and suggestive that we sort of set the tone of bicycling in the city in this context. That since the injunction in 2006, remarkably, that basically shut us down in terms of being able to put new sharrows up or new bike racks up or do these bike boxes or enhancing our bike lanes, we saw a 54% increase in bicycling since the injunction was established, which is rather remarkable, meaning with no new enhancements, we saw a huge increase in the desire and pent-up demand to bicycle. What makes this so significant is that now with this injunction lifted and the ability, as Nat was just referencing, to increase by 31 miles, another 45 bike projects to get us up to 79 miles of our bike network, to be able to move forward as we are today right here in Townsend, and to get out Laguna Honda and then North Point next, to be able to do all of these things we've been wanting to do, means that the growth is going to be exponential. You've seen this on Valencia Street, you've seen this, I think, even on Aguelo Street, which is more surprising to me than perhaps any other street. Not a modest increase in the use and utilization of bicycles once a bike lane's been put in, but a huge increase, talking anywhere from 200 to 300% increase in the use of bicycles once these bike lanes are established. We can conservatively estimate, and these are the numbers that the agency uses, that we'd see a 50% increase in the utilization of bicycles when we pave, or rather we should pave, as we stripe these new bike lanes. So you've seen that increase with the inability to enhance. Now you're going to see the enhancements, and that increase is going to follow and I think exceed everyone's expectations. World-class city is a city that tries to democratize its streets and sidewalks and its plazas, its playgrounds, its public realm. World-class cities now are competing for the best and the brightest, and they understand that quality of life is that one differentiator that establishes those that will be the leaders 5, 10, 15, 25 years from now, and those also-ran second-tier cities. San Francisco does not want to cede its world-class status. To be a world-class city means we have to be a pedestrian-friendly city. It means we have to be a city that's friendly to bicyclists. It means we have to be a city that recognizes that we cohabitate. We're all in this together. This is not the old days where it's about bikes versus cars. This is about bikes and cars. This is about, again, quality of life. So I just want to congratulate everybody that worked so hard to get us here. It shouldn't have taken this long. Candidly, this should never have happened. I say respectfully in the first place. This took a lot of time, a lot of money, and at the end of the day, what did we prove? Well, that you can delay things, but you can't end things. And so it's in the spirit of that recognition that there was a delay, but there's now real progress, that we're going to see things really take off. And I'm really proud of all our team behind me and those that work so hard in the City Attorney's Office, the Planning Department, and other agencies. Final point, what I think is also important to note, when we had that partial injunction lifted a number of months back, you saw how quickly the Department of Public Works went to work. Department of Parking and Traffic, Bon Yi and his team went to work. mark my word, you've seen nothing yet. They're ready to go, full-time commitment, a real energetic effort over the next few years. This is not going to be a big fit start. This is not just something we're going to announce and pop in the next few months, and then you're going to see folks move away to do other work. They're going to commit themselves to finish out this network, to complete the sharrows, to complete these boxes, to complete the bike racks, and to do the other innovative things, from the green striping we've seen down in multiple locations of the city to separate bike lanes that we'll be doing along the lines of what Portland. I love Portland, but I just hate that they're ahead of us on this. But by the way, Portland's finished. And anyone at Sustained Lane that talks about we always are number 2 in the country in terms of our environmental record because of the bike network. Portland's finished. With all due respect to the good mayor out there, if you want to send him this tape, you're going down. You're number 2. This is the last piece of the puzzle that was missing. Now we've been able to unveil this, and you ain't seen nothing yet. Congrats, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Newsom. We have a host of folks that were part of this effort to get us to where we are today. I see Bon Yi, our Director of Sustainable Streets, is here. Bridget Smith, who heads up our Sustainable Streets efforts in bikes and pedestrians, and she's doing a fine job. She has a great team of people who are working with her. Another individual that I need to bring up to speak to you today about our bike program is our chairman of the MTA, Chairman Tom Nolan. Chairman.
Good afternoon. I'm very proud to be here on behalf of the SFMTA Board of Directors, joined with our distinguished Vice Chair, Jerry Lee. And tomorrow, if the supervisors vote correctly, our next brand new member, Cheryl Brinkman, will join our board tomorrow. We hope so, Cheryl. Okay. So we are very proud to be part of this. Our board over the past years had to do some very, very difficult things. We've had to make some really, really tough decisions in terms of budgeting, in terms of service, all kinds of things. But we're very proud of what we've been able to achieve. And I want to tell you, though, that this one was not hard for any member of our board. Our board was unanimously supportive all the way through, every step of the way, working with the Bicycle Coalition and others in the city to make this great day happen. So on behalf of all of our board, I'm very proud to be part of this, and we look forward to the events coming very, very shortly to make this vision, this plan, a reality for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And next we have Renee Rivera from the San Francisco Bike Coalition. Renee?
Thank you, Nat. Well, this is a great day for bicycling here in San Francisco. We are beginning, as the mayor was just saying, a new era for bicycling and for San Francisco. As the mayor said, we're not going to be number 2 anymore. We are well on our way to being the most bike-friendly city in the country, and the one with a real green city. Nothing is holding us back. So the mayor stole most of my numbers that I was going to share with you. He's just a little too sharp these days. But I wanted to share that in a survey we did recently, we learned that 1 in 2 people in San Francisco say they would bike more if there were more bike lanes. As the mayor mentioned, we've seen a big increase in people biking, even with the very few improvements we've had over the last few years. We also know that 7 out of 10 people rode a bike last year, 7 out of 10 San Franciscans. All of that adds up to a huge demand for the improvements that the city is going to be rolling out this year and next. These 35 bike lane projects are all planned, they are funded, they're ready to go, thanks to the amazing work of the MTA. Nat Ford has provided great leadership. I want to particularly thank Bridget Smith and her team, and Bon Yi, for all their amazing work making sure that we're ready to go when this day comes. And they are ready. We're out with the paint cans after a decision that just came at 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. So I applaud them for being ready, and you're just going to see amazing things on the streets here in San Francisco, and we've really learned a lot, actually, even in the last few months since the partial injunction lifted and we saw the improvements on Market Street. People have just loved the green separated bike lanes on Market Street, and now that the injunction has been lifted, we're ready to move forward and have those separated green bike lanes on Market Street go the whole length of Lower Market. So there are all the projects that are in the bike plan, but you're going to see even more than that. The San Francisco is truly going to be transformed, and the streets are going to be just a wonderful place for everyone to travel. So I wanted to also thank the city attorneys, Dennis Herrera and the staff of the city attorney, particularly Audrey Pearson and Kate Stacy, who did a really great job on the, getting us past the injunction. And that's the last time you're ever going to hear me say that word. So thank you all for being out here. We're ready for this new era to begin, and you're going to see this city become, as the mayor said, the #1 most bike-friendly city in the country. Thank you.
I see we've been joined by Supervisor Mercarimi. Supervisor Mercarimi, do you want to say a few words? I know you just walked up, but I want to make sure I catch everybody. Supervisor Mercarimi, strong champion of our bike program.
Thank you. We just jammed from the Budget Committee to get over here. I wouldn't miss this for the world. I think I just heard somebody echo Mayor Newsom's comments about how San Francisco aims to be and is serious about being extremely bike friendly, and this is a challenge to the rest of the United States that this is an urban pledge and one that we will see no retreat to. I'm absolutely delighted to be here today to see us moving forward. The only time of the 3-year paralysis due to the bike injunction where we were able to successfully see some injunctive relief was in my district, the 5th district, where the city benefited from the first installation of a dedicated bike light. It fell in Masonic, and we're all very appreciative of that innovation, as well as when we put in a new bike lane near what is called the Wiggle, a great bike route that goes in throughout District 5, transcending several supervisory districts. But today, this is about making it citywide and making sure that we double the amount of our bike lanes within the city, and that we keep to what the vehicle counts are, and that is that each year we are seeing an exponential increase of San Franciscans, of commuters who want to use their bikes in this city. And that's exactly why it's time that we design our roads to share for bikes, for pedestrians, and people who seek other modalities other than just a private automobile. Great to be here. Great for San Francisco. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Mercarimi. And next, we'd like to hear from the chairman of the Bicycle Advisory Committee, Bert Hill. Bert?
One of the important things about this network is it is truly a network. It not only covers the downtown city of San Francisco, but it also applies out to the county, the west side, where everybody lives and a lot of people drive. I can say that I live on the west side, and from my house west of Twin Peaks, door to door, from there to parked for free here in this facility was 20 minutes. Cheaply, with the bike lanes, safely, healthy, at very little cost. All the economics and time and efficiency support that. And that's what this network is all about. This network is about offering multiple forms of transportation to get where we want to get easily, quickly, and healthy. Thank you very much.
That's a good question, Mr. Mayor. With that, that ends our speakers. What we'd like to do at this time, take any questions you may have, and then we're going to quickly go across the street, and the mayor will be striping the first of many lanes that will be built over the next few months. Tony, excuse me. This topic only. This topic.